Sometimes it's really hard to figure out if your family trauma is an actual one-time event or is it ongoing trauma. And some people may believe that their family trauma is one event, that it's not ongoing. But I'm going to highlight in today's video why I think trauma within a family is ongoing. I'm also going to highlight some kinds of trauma or types of trauma that you may actually experience as a result of your family trauma or intergenerational trauma. We can also call it that. So let's jump in. Let me introduce myself before we get started in case you are new. My name is Tamara and I'm an internationally and board certified trauma therapist. I'm also licensed in mental health and I specialize in treating children, teens, and families as well as adults who are dealing with trauma. Let's jump in. A lot of people have a hard time identifying whether their trauma is ongoing or if it's a one-time event. Now, some people do classify their trauma as ongoing, and that can sometimes be characterized as complex PTSD. I talk a lot about complex PTSD on this channel. Lately, we have been talking a lot about families, and this video is still about families, but I do want to zone in on you as the individual within your family who is struggling with family trauma. Now, family trauma could be anything. It could be, sexual abuse. It could be emotional and psychological abuse. It could be a tragedy that has happened within your family. And it can also be as simple as your family members not being healthy individuals and putting you through a lot. It can be really hard to put on the right glasses and look at your family and say, you know what? You guys have traumatized me. This is a very unhealthy unit. This is a very unhealthy system, and I need help because of it. And so, unfortunately, there are some people, though, who can't see that trauma, and they just continue through their family in hopes that things will get better. But I think it's important for you to know what you're likely to experience on the inside and here if you are dealing with a very dysfunctional, toxic, and unhealthy family. So I want to point out a couple of things. Now let's just start with what family trauma can actually do to your life as an adult. Well, let's start with personality disorders. Now, cluster B, personality disorders, which I talk about right up here in this video. It's a previous video. Cluster B personality disorders would be narcissism, antisocial personality disorder, borderline personality disorder, and histrionic personality disorder. I'll give you a brief overview. Now, we all know what borderline personality is. So it's kind of like this emotional reactive diagnosis. That's a personality disorder, meaning that it is something that develops in the individual over time. It's environment, genes, and an invalidating home environment that causes borderline personality disorder, because the person can be okay 1 minute and the next minute completely explosive, argumentative, confrontational, emotional, blasphemous, the list goes on. Some of these individuals split. They like you one moment, they hate you the next. Or they pit two people against each other, sometimes intentionally because that's how they've learned to function, and sometimes unintentionally. You may also get a lot of suicidal behavior and a lot of self-harm. In addition to some psychosis, there are some individuals with borderline personality disorder who are psychotic, who are dealing with psychosis and paranoia and delusions and even hallucinations when they are highly, highly stressed. And I don't want to make blanket statements, but there are some individuals with borderline personality disorder who are also traumatized. Okay. Now, histrionic personality disorder is a whole other elephant. Okay. And we're talking about an individual who is emotional, reactive, loud, theatrical, and they like to really get things going. They really thrive off of theatrics, and they know how to get other individuals responding. They're the kind of individuals who will go into a funeral home, and instead of quietly sitting in the back and crying and wiping tears, they are all over the floor, crying, screaming, hair all over the place if it's a woman, clothing maybe disheveled, they're loud, they're boisterous, they want a lot of attention. The other angle of someone with histrionic personality may be someone who wears bright pink and yellow, and they're loud and they're really positive, and they're just like a lot to deal with on a daily basis. And when they talk to you, you're like, oh my God, please bring it down to a 2. I can't be on 10. I can't, So I'm sure you've seen those kind of people. Now, the narcissist, we know what that is, so we don't need to explain that. And then we also know what the antisocial personality disorder is. We don't need to explain that. These are things that you are likely to experience if you have some kind of family trauma. Now, you may not have the personality disorder, or you might. I don't know, but I'm throwing it out there that it's likely. I'll put it that way, guys. It's likely that you could have a personality disorder as a result of your family trauma. Now, another likelihood would be really stormy and unstable adult relationships. It could be a very stormy adult relationship that's romantic, that's a working relationship, that's a friendship, that's a relationship with your family. It's unstable, it's stormy, it's all over the place. It's a possibility that, you could deal with that because of the family that you've emerged from, the family trauma. Another thing would be, that your goals in life may not be aligned appropriately. Maybe you haven't been able to set those appropriate goals and strive towards those goals and achieve them. Maybe you feel like you've wasted your life. Maybe you feel like your life is slowly moving ahead. Maybe you feel like you've left some things that are important behind you. All of these things can happen to you because of the kind of family trauma that you are dealing with and possibly trying to emerge from, right? Something else that you are likely to struggle with, I think, is mental health conditions and, fear of abandonment, fear of connection and closeness, and trust, lack of trust, These are things that family trauma can trigger within you. It can make your adult life really difficult. So what are the 4 kinds of trauma that you are likely to experience because of all of this? Well, let's start with acute trauma. Now, acute trauma, I think we can kind of refer to this as emotional injury. Now, emotional injury is a concept that I am actually using to explain, this acute short-term kind of traumatic response to things, It's, brief, traumatic memories, brief insomnia, brief depression and anxiety. And what I mean by brief, I think would be a month to 3 months, maybe 6 months. But I think a month to 3 months is more like the acute trauma phase. And you may feel like you have PTSD because your body is in constant fight or flight mode, in central nervous system dominance. I talk about that a lot on this channel as well. And when your body is in that constant mode, your body can then shut down and you can start to feel sick, as if your immune system is weakened. You can feel tired, overwhelmed, highly emotional, highly reactive, and so it's important to be aware of this, that, maybe you should question yourself. Maybe I'm having an acute episode here of PTSD. Maybe I'm acutely stressed. What do I need to do to help myself? Now, the next stage would be chronic trauma. And this is more, or chronic stress, I could also call it. This is more of a pervasive, long-term kind of traumatic stage. Or PTSD. You can also have chronic PTSD, where it just continues over time, and throughout your life with triggers, it comes back. So it's recurrent, it's pervasive, it's chronic, it repeats itself. And different points in your life can trigger that. You could get back with a dysfunctional family member and your chronic PTSD is triggered. You could go through the holiday season like we're going through right now, and your PTSD is triggered because it's chronic, it's recurrent, it continues. I think also I can mention in this category recurrent depression. There are some people who have had depression all their life. And it's not a single episode. It's this recurrent depression over time. And different things trigger it. Being reintroduced to family, having a dysfunctional relationship, having a really stressful job, dealing with the loss of a loved one, grappling with grief and loss on the inside of yourself. All of those things can stir up or trigger your depression. So that's known as recurrent depression. You may also have a resistant kind of depression because of what you've gone through in your family, the family trauma that you've experienced. And that resistant depression is a depression that doesn't really respond to medication. You almost need a 2-pronged or 3-pronged approach. You need medication, psychotherapy, and nutrition. Psychotherapy, exercise, and, medication. or you need several different medications to pull you back up to even a normal baseline, a normal level of functionality. And that is called resistant depression. It's really stubborn depression. And you may find yourself experiencing that if you are dealing with chronic trauma. Complex PTSD, I talk about it right up here in this video if you want to go check that out. There's a few videos on this channel about it. So if you Google my name, or if you YouTube search my name and type in complex PTSD, my video should come up. But complex PTSD, I explain it in those videos, so go check that out. Really what it is it's PTSD or trauma that has occurred because of multiple traumas over time. You can also call it continuous PTSD and, continuous PTSD. So continuous PTSD is the result of having absolutely no escape. And this may happen because you've been stuck in a family that's unhealthy. You've been stuck in a family that has traumatized you terribly and you can't get out. Maybe you need them financially. Maybe you need them emotionally. Maybe you feel like there's no way out because I have to have my family. I'm not going to walk away from my family. Whatever the case may be, you may find yourself experiencing continuous PTSD, and you feel like your future kind of depends on being with your family, and so therefore you're experiencing all this trauma still, but you're going to put up with it because you need your family. And so you can consider that continuous PTSD because you feel like there's no way out. These are 4 kinds of trauma that you could experience. I like to categorize complex PTSD and continuous PTSD as the same thing. I'll post some articles in the description box below for you so you can learn a little bit more about that. But keep this in mind, guys. Acute trauma, chronic trauma, continuous trauma, and complex trauma. These are things that you need to keep in mind as you continue to figure out where you want to be with your family, or as you continue to distance yourself and protect yourself and learn more about your family. So thank you so much for being with me today in this video. I encourage you to give it a thumbs up and go ahead and hit that subscribe button and bell button so you can get some more videos like this. But I thank you for being here with me today, and I will see you in the next video. We're going to continue to talk about this. I'll see you then. Bye.